What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to bring you yet another Bagless Hoover wind tunnel. This time it's one that's a little bit different from the other two I've featured. This here is a Hoover wind tunnel Bagless self-propelled. I got this ever since I got the other Bagless wind tunnels, the anniversary and the regular Bagless wind tunnel. I did want to get a self-propelled just to kind of see how it was. Now, I wasn't able to make a video on this when I first got it because it was down for repairs because the little valve arm that controls the suction going from either the head or through the hose actually broke when I got it. But luckily I was able to get a replacement part. Now it's fixed and up and running. There's still a little bit of work I gotta do to it one of these days, but at least it's able to be ran and be demonstrated for this video. This did come with all of its attachments, luckily. As you can see, it comes right here with two extension wands, and right in here is a nice long crevice tool. Up on the top here, we have your upholstery tool and also your dusting brush. However, this looks heavily used. And right up front here, we have a pet hair turbo brush. And it's actually held in there pretty tight. There we are. Nice green neon green bristles. I like the translucent blue case that this comes in. And your hose is on the side here. One thing to note, the hose is surprisingly pretty long. It's not really the longest by any means, but it is nice and flexible, and you can almost can reach across the room. Right up here is the switch for the self-propelled. Switch that off if you don't want the self-propelled, but it's always best to use the self-propelled on it because this vacuum is pretty heavy to push. And your main power switch is right here. So as we look down, here's the famous twin chamber dirt bin. Only for the self-propelled models, they actually flipped it when they designed this. Some people know the regular twin chamber Bagless wind tunnels actually had the filter over here, and all the heavy dirt comes in on this side. There's your locking tab. I'll go ahead and pull that out. So this kind of gives you an idea. See, all the heavy dirt comes in on the right side of the bin instead of the left, like on the non-self-propelled ones. See, this top does flip open. So any way to get that, see there? This is a generic replacement filter. One thing I do like on the self-propelled wind tunnels that they didn't do on some of the non-self-propelled Bagless ones is they have this little filter pick knob on the top. However, I do like on the anniversaries that when they move to the crank design, it's nice to pick off the dust and dirt that way. Not too much got picked off because the filter's fairly clean, except with a little bit of dust, because I was test running this to make sure everything was good. But anyway, yeah, to dump this out, you will have to tip it forward. Sometimes that locking tab can get kind of stiff. So down here we have your 5 carpet height adjustments. Unfortunately, the carpet height adjustment actually is not working. And the reason why it's not working is because there's a little tab on the drive of the self-propelled that actually allows the head to adjust upwards when you put it in the highest setting. Unfortunately, that is broken off, but it doesn't seem to affect the vacuum in any way. In fact, it actually works just as good even without it. So basically what I made here is a self-adjusting wind tunnel, self-propelled. Well, I will eventually get this fixed, but now I just find it kind of interesting that I made this thing self-adjusting. And unfortunately, I don't think it cleans very well, because normally, while you have that tab that allows you to have your carpet height adjustment, it also has a little spring that presses down on the head to make sure it's making contact with the floor. And right here, you have your switch for your carpet and bare floor. Basically, this allows you to shut the brush roll off to clean bare floors. But however, if you use this thing on bare floors, which I rarely would recommend do, it is nice to use since you can shut the brush roll off, but it's always a good idea to have the self-propelled drive off when you're using this on bare floors. This thing will do burnouts on any bare floor. When you're off to the side here, you do have your post filter. This is quite dirty. Mostly this is just carbon from the motor. And now let's go and flip it down, show you the underside. So here's its all original brush roll with nice looking neon green bristles. The bristles are fairly nice and stiff, but they are a little bit worn, so I'm probably going to need to get a replacement brush roll for this. There's your drive wheels right here. And nice looking tan colored rear wheels that are pretty loose. I'm probably going to have to tighten those, find a way to tighten those up. And this is one of the models that unfortunately does not come with the embedded dirt finder, which I'm honestly fine without it. Right here is your Hoover cleaning effective cleaning performance 31. This was just a marketing technique just to make this vacuum look better on the shelves to attract more buyers. And we have back here your cord here. It is nice and long, which I think it's in about the 30-foot range. So we'll go ahead and plug it in. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this vacuum on and demo it for you guys. And we'll make sure the self-propelled drive is on. And now we're going to turn this baby on and get started. carpet head adjustment, it still makes a half decent attempt to pick up dirt. Put it in its upright position, the brush roll shuts off. When you put it to your hard floor setting, when you recline the vacuum back, see, the brush roll doesn't turn on. That way you can safely clean your bare floors and flip back to carpet. And the brush roll engages. I don't know if you know this, but when the vacuum is put in its upright position, all of the suction will go through the hose, because like I said, on these bagless wind tunnels, there's actually a mechanical valve that actually shuts off the suction going to the head, so all of it goes through your hose. So anyway, let's go and get out your attachments. Give you a nice long crevice tool. You have your nice worn to hell dusting brush. Your upholstery tool.
not least, your pet hair turbo brush. This vacuum doesn't really have the strongest suction, that's why the turbo tool doesn't really spin too fast. But this does make a half-decent attempt to clean up on upholstery and carpeted stairs. Let's go ahead and put the hose back together. And now just for the heck of it, let's see what this thing picked up in those few runs. Probably didn't pick up much, but you saw some dirt was inside the dustbin. Rinse this off. Some dirt on the filter. I will admit, the twin chamber system was good at its time, and the performance of this is pretty good, but this is a pain to clean sometimes, because not only will you have to deal with religiously tapping out the filter just to get all the dust and debris off, but you will have to clean off the little mesh screen right there as well. As you can see, most of the dirt this thing picked up. There's a lot of fine dust over here and quite a bit of heavy dust particles over here. So even with a worn out brush roll, this thing picks up pretty good.
Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video of the Hoover Windtunnel self-propelled bagless. Be sure and stay tuned. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.